HiveMind and welcome back to another LEGO Ninjago throwback review. Today we'll be looking at set 70605 Misfortune's Keep, which originally released in 2016 and contained 754 pieces, 6 minifigures, and 1 monkey, and retailed for $79.99 in the US. So here's the main build of the set, the Misfortune's Keep itself. And Skybound is one of my favorite Ninjago waves of all time, both in terms of the show and the sets. And as such, this is one of my favorite sets of all time. I absolutely loved it at the time when it came out. But how well does it hold up nowadays? Well, let's take a look. So we'll start with the main platform at the bottom of the ship right here. We have like this runway. Now this is really cool because it's a ton of room to store figures if you want, both here and like in the studded area behind it. It's rare in LEGO that we get ships with a ton of interior, and while like obviously this is very open and supposed to be like a vehicle launch bay, it also just works as a place to store troops. Like you could fill this up with all your pirates of different sets, and I think that is one of the highlights of this set. But the intended functionality with it is that you have this little glider that comes in this set, and you can have it stored down here, and then when you're ready to launch it, you can have it fly out from right there. The glider itself's a tiny little build, and honestly, it's pretty ugly. It's kind of supposed to be ugly because the Sky Pirates are going for the whole like steampunk scrapped together kind of look. But yeah, this certainly is not the best looking glider we've ever gotten. Of all like the Sky Pirate side builds that we got in this wave, this is probably easily the weakest one. However, there is many like tiny Sky Pirate side builds that come in other sets, so you can very easily swap this build out for one of them. And this isn't terrible, like, you can still have fun with this. You can see there's a seat right there to sit a character, there's stud shooters on the sides, and there's these stickered wing pieces at the back that are able to fold out. Tiny little wheel at the bottom, and a propeller at the back that you can imagine actually moves it forward to, like, launch it off of the Misfortune's Keep. So yeah, I mean, it's cute for what it is, but definitely a very bare-bones build, which some people might like, some people might not, but to me it's just very nothing. Back to the main Misfortune's Keep, though, I love, like, the white skull swords on the side. These are used, like, as accessories for some of the pirates in this wave in Gunmetal Gray, but it's cool to get them in a different color here to be used just as, like, accessories for the ship. Then around the sides you have, like, this wooden paneling. I really love, like, the super varied and, like, jagged edges that they have here. Again, fits that whole scrap-together type feel, but unlike the little flyer, it's in a way where I feel like it actually looks really good and really natural. There's also a play feature with these walls where they can actually fold down, and inside you can see there's a cannon, and if you pull back on the cannon, it can actually shoot a little cylinder piece out. This is a classic LEGO cannon design that's been coming in sets for I don't even know how long, for as long as I can remember. But it's very effective, it looks good like visually, and it's fun to play with, so absolutely no complaints from me. And there actually is one of those on both sides of the ship. So you can have like a pirate on each side manning a cannon. Then the very back of this bottom level, you have another little platform, and this is where you can just stand characters, or if you don't want the side build to be on the runway yet, you could just have it back here. But I know me personally, I really like using this as just like a place to store troops. Now moving up towards the upper level, we have the main pilot seat right here. However, at the very front helm of the ship, you have this little skeleton guy, and he is so funny. He's got a little pirate hat at the top, and he's got like the old wiggly skeleton arms, and he's just hanging here loosely, so if you're like playing with the ship, moving it around, he's gonna like wobble all around, his arms are gonna flail all over. And I just think that's so much fun. That they could have locked him in place more for sure, but I think having him just loose hanging here, it just makes everything a lot more interesting, I don't know. So yeah, I like this guy a lot. You can see there's more of that like scrapped together vibe with like this wheel right here, this one plank in the back. And this is actually one of the few parts of the ship that isn't symmetrical. You can see the wheel on the other side slightly different. Then moving up and looking in, this is the place for the pilot to sit. They use these sword pieces in gray here, and I think that's really cool parts usage, but works pretty well. And if you open it up, here's the actual seat for Flintlocke or any other character to sit in. There's 2 stickered control panel pieces, as well as a printed one with some like dials on it. And you're able to just plop him in right there, close it back up around him. And there you go, you can see there's plenty of room in there, so you can even fit him like with his accessory like I have him now. And then moving back a little bit more, you have 4 different stickers that all show like different functionality of the ship. They've got like sticks and buttons and levers that all are like supposed to control different things. Like this looks like it's supposed to control the propellers. This is maybe some sort of targeting computer. And actually the ones on the other side look to be exactly the same. There's a big pirate flag piece coming out the back. Now this does come in a few sets from this wave, however it's one of the coolest parts there is. It's just a vinyl piece and I just love how it looks. It's just really cool with like the straw hat and the eye patch over the skull. It does really combine the whole Ninjago vibe and pirate vibe absolutely perfectly. Coming to the engines out the side, I really like how there's a lot of studs to get to them. It's not like really thin, because it's a small thing, but we see the Sky Pirates like actually working on the Misfortune's Keep a lot in Skybound. So I like seeing that there's actual ways for the characters to walk around the outside of the ship if they wanted to. Like this is one of the instances where a vehicle being covered in studs makes a lot of sense actually, and it fits that whole like scrapped together vibe while also being really great for play, and I absolutely love that. The engines on the side are on these large dark orange pieces, and you can see they're like dented, rusting, there's like exposed technology on the inside, and it almost looks like they've been torn open to put these wings on the sides, because obviously this was originally supposed to be a sailing ship that they transformed into a flying ship, and I just love the shaping of all of this, the way this opens up, it still feels very stable. There's how the back of the engine looks. And again, I think it's doing a really good job of combining like the technological vibe with like the whole wooden pirate ship vibe. And then coming out of the engine is the wing, and this can be individually rotated. And the part I love about this is the anchor at the very end. I feel like I'm just repeating myself over and over, but the Sky Pirates really do have such a unique aesthetic, and I feel like this ship captures all of it so perfectly. Out the front of the engine, you have like these large swords that are used as a propeller. Those can be spun, and the wings and engine and everything are pretty much the same on the other side. And then moving to the back, we have a little bit of bright orange, which is very different from the colors in every other part of this build. However, it still fits the Sky Pirates really well because they use bright orange like on their torsos and everything. And so I actually do feel like it's incorporated well. Like this feels like the modern part of the ship, while the dark orange feels like the old pirate ship that they transformed. But you can see it's very open and gappy back here. There's a small platform at the back which is able to be rotated, and that actually incorporates into another play feature with the set, and that's this little boat right here. So this works just as like a part of the big ship. However, this can also be detached, and it's like its own little lifeboat. So I believe the designer's intention was that you would store the boat up there. However, when you're ready for it to launch, you'd have the characters move it back here, load it up and everything, and then when you're ready to actually drop it, you spin that platform, and it'll drop it into the sea below. Boat itself, very simple little thing. You can see it's got a turret at the back. I like the use of the silver chalices as like tops of the turret. It can be spun around 360 degrees. And then there's a little crate in the back where you can keep supplies. Right now you can see there's a little printed disc in there. And that printed disc actually incorporates back into a main play feature of the main Misfortune's Keep. Because you can see up by the flag there's this little Technic part which can move back and forth. And if you push it to one side, a disc will shoot out from one of these disc shooters. And it works that way on the other side too. So the disc that's kept in that crate is just an extra in case you lose either the ones that come with the actual ship. And then there's one final play feature of the Misfortune's Keep. Behind like where the boat is stored, there's this red Technic piece which can be moved left and right. And if you move it, it'll change the position of the engines on the sides. That's a really cool, really smooth transformation. No jankiness to that at all. And that's something I really like and something I had a lot of fun with when I was younger. Oh, and the one final thing I almost forgot to mention, you have like these little mailbox pieces right here. And I don't have anything stored in there currently, but maybe you could store like extra cannon blasts if you want. Though I'm not sure if there's anything else that was supposed to be stored in there that I've just lost. But yeah, if you guys have the setting, know what's supposed to be in there, let me know in the comments. But I think that's about it for the main build of the Misfortune's Keep. And I'll give you my overall thoughts on it at the end of this video. But now let's take a look at the side build, and then the minifigures, and then we'll get to my overall thoughts. So here's the side build in the set. It's this little flyer for Lloyd. And I don't think I ever say this, but this is a side build that actually ruins an otherwise all-around great set. Because this thing is terrible. This is straight up such a bad build. It's ugly, it takes up the part count, drives up the price of this set, and like the play feature is okay, but it's really not that fun and really does not justify this being included. Because, like, look at this. What is going on here? So many just different colors. So many just exposed studs all over the place. Not that exposed studs are bad, but there's no sense of cohesion anywhere here. It just feels like pieces randomly placed together. Like, if this was built by a 6-year-old using their own parts, like, okay, I could see this being alright. But this being an official build and an official set, come on, LEGO, what were you thinking? We have a stickered part right here, which I guess that's a cool enough sticker. And Lloyd gets this pretty sick armor piece, which we'll take a look at with the minifigures. But he just clips onto the very front right there. And that's how the front attachment looks without him attached, which again just looks really ugly and incomplete. Technicals on the side, just lots of different clashing colors everywhere. What in the world was going on here? There's kind of two play features with it. One, there's these golden blades on the side, and you can move them in if you want, or you can move them back out. What is the point of that? I don't know. Let me know in the comments what the point of that is if you know, but yeah, it's a transformation that can happen. And then the other play feature, which admittedly is a little more fun, you can see there's a spinner crown at the top, and if you spin it, you can lower down this hook on a string at the bottom. So you can imagine Lloyd like flying up and like picking up some character and then lifting them back up to bring them up to the Misfortune's Keep. I found it's a lot more fun to actually lower the hook by spinning this gear at the back. That'll also make the spinner crown at the top spin very fast. So there is like a modicum of a good idea here. But wow, this really is just such nothing. It's also very easy for this thing to come apart. Especially these large red and dark green pieces, they fall off all the time. And yeah, I'm like someone who loves side builds. Like, it's always great to have something for the other like main build of the set to fight. But this is just straight up bad. It's rare I call something straight up bad. Like, normally like, okay, here's the positives, here's the negatives. But no, this is terrible. And the worst part is, it's not a tiny side build either. So this set probably could have been $10 or maybe even $15 less if this was not included, and it really detracts from the overall value. But yeah, I could ramble about how this thing's terrible all day long. So now let's move on to the minifigures. So here are the first 3 minifigures that included in the set, the 3 ninja that you get. We have Jay, Kai, and Lloyd all in their Skybound suits, and the Jay minifigure and I guess technically the Lloyd minifigure are exclusive to this set. So this is the Eyepatch Skybound Jay, which if you've watched my every Jay minifigure video, you'll know I absolutely love this minifigure. Skybound Jay in general is an amazing suit. The blue and black is a great color combination, and I love the shininess on the torso, and the little touch of purple like in the Airjitzu design is such a cool thing that like I don't think I've ever seen Jay use ever again. But it's used like very subtly as a very slight accent, and I think it works perfectly for him. And then with the gold and everything, it's an excellent color combination all around. However, this guy also goes above and beyond because he got an all-new exclusive face print for this set. Real quick change, I actually just checked the instructions and I thought this set came with both his hood and his hairpiece, but no, apparently this set actually does not come with his hood at all, it only comes with his hairpiece. Which I could swear this set did come with an extra hood, but I guess I'm just remembering wrong. So yeah, ignore the hood, this is the actual figure that comes in the set. But now, yeah, there you go. There's how the Jay face print looks like with the eye patch and everything, and this is one of the coolest face prints we've ever gotten. He's got such like an intense expression on his face, and the eye patch is such a cool and unique look that obviously fits the season perfectly, and it's great to get a variant of Jay like specifically for this set. However, even better than that is actually the alternate face. Because the alternate face, we have this like really happy smiling face with Jay's original design, and I know getting like new face prints for the ninja is nothing new nowadays. However, back in 2016 when this set released, this was the first time we got an all-new Jay face print that wasn't just his original face. And this expression was so much better than the original for him. It captures the personality from the show so well, so it's really great to see that here, because yeah, it works perfectly and I absolutely love it. Easily one of the best Jay face prints we've ever gotten, and definitely the best one for his original design. Skybound Kai is also pretty good. All the Skybound suits are great, however they're all very similar, so I don't have a ton new to say about him. The one thing is I wish he had shiny printing on his torso, because for some reason only Jay and Zane have it this wave, but obviously it looks really good, so it would have been awesome if all the ninja had gotten it. But still, despite that, the design does look really good. And there's actually still shininess on those buckles on the side, just not on the Airjitzu logo. But yeah, black and red's a great color combination. The tornado design of his torso is really good. Oh, and I guess I didn't talk about the new armor piece yet. But yeah, the Skybound armor piece was introduced with this wave, and it's able to hold 2 swords in the back instead of just one. And it looks really elegant, fits the overall vibe of these suits. And then we come to Lloyd, and this is technically, I guess, a Skybound Lloyd minifigure. However, it's a terrible one, because thanks to that terrible side build in this set, we also don't get a normal Lloyd in this set, because he does not come with his armor, nor does he come with his hood. Instead, he comes with this large, like, black armor piece that has the bars at the bottom to attach to the flyer. And this armor piece, I feel like, does not really fit in the world of Ninjago at all. It feels very, like, futuristic, high-tech, especially in this wave where it's all about, like, fighting pirates. It just feels so out of place here, and it completely engulfs the entire Skybound torso, which is a shame, because Skybound Lloyd is a great figure, but you really can't see it here. But with the armor removed, you can finally see how it looks. And yeah, that's actually a very beautiful torso design. I really like the dragon and the tornado for him. It's really cool they all have their own unique animal that matches like their 2011 designs. And again, green and black, great color combination. And with the gold too, I actually prefer this to his like deep stone suit. However, he definitely feels like he has something missing because he doesn't have his hood and he also does not have his armor. And turning these guys around, there's like their back torso prints. You can see they have their slightly newer symbols there with like this wing design surrounding them to represent Airjitzu. And once again, just like the tornado designs in the front, Jay's has like metallic blue printing, but Lloyd and Kai just have matte colors, there's no shininess to them. But yeah, the Skybound suits are one of my favorite suit lines, and all 3 of these guys are pretty solid. Jay's obviously the best, both in terms of like his actual suit, and the fact that he has an exclusive face print and everything. But Kai and Lloyd are really good too, it's just a shame what they did to this Lloyd variant. Guess he would be so much better if it was just the normal Skybound Lloyd suit. And now moving to the bad guys, here are the first 2 in this set. We have Nadakhan and we have Flintlocke. Nadakhan is an excellent minifigure, probably one of the best Ninjago minifigures we've ever gotten. Just a great color combination, great level of detail, and just a character that's so full of personality that they captured perfectly in his minifigure. You can see he's got the Ghost Tail piece dual molded in trans red and solid orange, which works really well and fits like his appearance in the show. And then the dark green armor that all the Sky Pirates have really contrasts well with the orange. Of course, he's got his 4 arms, though one of them has a hook hand. That upper torso piece is the Kozu torso piece, though recolored and obviously with a different print. And then he's got the one ponytail at the back, which looks really good. However, if you guys got this set back when it came out, you'll know this ponytail piece is very easy to accidentally knock off. So the solution to that is just to add a stud to the top of his head. Some people do dark red, some people do black. I personally prefer the black. That keeps it locked on a little bit better. However, that's not how he officially appears in the set, so that's why I wanted to show you him without that first. In terms of his accessory, he comes with the Jin Blade with Sensei Wu trapped inside. The different Jin Blades were really cool collectibles. I especially love the printed tiles like of the different characters, and I believe the Woo one was exclusive to this set, so it felt like a reward for buying a larger set. But yeah, like the skull design on the bottom and everything, this is super cool. If Nadakhan comes back, I would love to see this mold return, like in sets and everything. And then Flintlocke is really good too. He uses the standard Sky Pirate color scheme, however you can see he's definitely meant to be more pilot themed, where he's got like a scarf and an aviator helmet and everything. He's got the big mustache piece, which is very cool, and I really like how he's a combination of like the classic pirate design with more modern pilots. He's got little goggles at the top, which can be flipped down, and turning them around you can see what the full helmet looks like. Removing accessories, here's how those two look. There's peeled Nadakhan for you guys, and there's a look at the back torso prints and lack of any alternate face on either of them. The like spine on Nadakhan's back is very freaky. I don't know how I feel about that. But no, genuinely these are both really well designed minifigures. Skybound as a whole is just like a very solid, very complete wave, so I really don't have any complaints with either of them. And then for the final two characters in the set, we have Monkey Wretch and we have Bucko. Monkey Wretch is absolutely awesome. He's like a new take on the classic LEGO Monkey design. A lot of people think this is the classic LEGO Monkey. There is a few design changes. However, he's very much inspired by that old piece, and I think this was like one of the final sets that classic LEGO Monkey design came in. So he's very cool to get, and I absolutely love him. He's so goofy. He's got the 4 individual minifigure arms, which of course can each hold their own accessories. And then you can see at the front the 2 accessories that he comes with. You have like one of these really long gun pieces, which I believe this is one of the only waves where he got actual guns in Ninjago. And while they're more like classic Western guns, they're still very funny to see in a Ninjago set, and especially funny to see a monkey wielding. And then his other accessory is Thor's hammer, which is somehow even funnier. Now, I believe in the set they're just intending that to be like a normal hammer. They just happen to be reusing the Thor's hammer piece. But the idea of this little monkey carrying Thor's hammer is just so funny to me. But no, genuinely that was a really great part to get, like if you weren't a LEGO Marvel fan. It was cool to see such a specialized part come in a non-Marvel set. But yeah, I absolutely love this guy. One of the things that gives just the Sky Pirates so much personality. Genuinely so much fun all around. And then Bucko was a named character in the show, however he's used as just like a generic pirate for the sets. And I mean, he's fine for what he is. Definitely doesn't look bad, he uses more brown than like the named characters do. But he still has the overall color scheme the rest of them have. Still communicates pirate vibes while also like steampunk vibes. And I really like the design of his eye patch, so there's more there, it's not just like a solid black or something. He's also got that really cool like skull sword piece that we saw on the actual Misfortune's Keep. And around the back it looks like he has a place for a scabbard, though he doesn't actually come with one in the set. And if we take his little headband off, you can see there's nothing underneath. So yeah, of course, he is the weakest figure of the set, but he's still good to get. And Monkey Wretch is absolutely awesome. I can say nothing but good things about him. And so, what are my overall thoughts on this set? Most of the set is really, really good. However, like I said, that side build really holds it back. I don't know what LEGO was thinking, but to me it seems like they came up with a really good set, but it didn't hit the price point they wanted, so they just sort of threw together this random looking side build, and it really hurts the value of the set in my eyes. Because at least at retail price, I felt like I was getting a little bit ripped off because the side build was too big and just not good at all. But the side build aside, I absolutely love the actual Misfortune's Keep. It's absolutely massive, much smaller scale than it is in the show, but that's perfectly okay with me. It makes for a cheap, affordable set. Well, not cheap, but I mean cheaper than it would have been if it was full scale. Great selection of minifigures too, even if the Lloyd variant could have been better. And it works both as a vehicle and as a playset. Lots of fun play features, looks great on a shelf. And genuinely nothing but good things to say about the actual ship itself. Just that side build isn't great. But those are just my thoughts. Let me know what you guys think of the set in the comments below. And let me know which Ninjago throwback review do you want to see next. But as to this video, I think it's about going to do it. So thanks for watching, everybody. If you enjoyed, please press like, subscribe to the channel if you're new. I do LEGO and Ninjago videos just like this one almost every day. So if you subscribe, you'll be the first to see them. Thanks for watching, everybody, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye.